providing the best customer care that is focused on technology and convenience.
Agent Tyler Watson. Parker open after a pick at the top, got it, and he's fouled. Parker Paxton an opportunity at a 4-point play. Knocked away by DeVries, taken away by Derek. DeVries all alone on the right side, scoop it up, lay it in.
I don't have any more games left after this weekend, so I was like, might as well just try my heart out and just go as hard as I can.
Hunter Houck, another rebound, put it back up and in. How about Hunter Houck on the board? Goes high post to Malachi. Malachi put a move on, gets it to go, and he's fouled. Malachi Smith. Eli Lucas was open for a minute on the left block. Now they'll get it to him. Recovery defense by Hatch, but he's still going to get it to drop. Eli Lucas.
You know, this group's been playing a long time together. You know, some bumps and bruises along the way, and so, you know, for them to get another week, and all you want is a shot, right? That's all you ask, because we just want a shot at the best teams in the state, at state, and if we can get that, that's all we ask for.
Hazel for three. That hits the back of the iron. No good. Time expires. The Wolverines are going to state.
So happy to have a shot at state where anything can happen, and it's March Madness for a reason.
After a hard-fought season, the Wolverines have earned a ticket to the state tournament for a 4th year in a row. State tournament coverage begins now. From Casper, here's the voice of the Wolverines, Jared Anderson.
And a very good Thursday night to you. Welcome to Casper College, Swede Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium. Jared Anderson with you, high atop the building, as we're set for Game 1 of the Riverton Wolverines run here at the 4A State Tournament. Riverton taking on Cheyenne Central in a tough challenge here on this Thursday night. Good evening wherever you're listening from. We appreciate you being here on County 10's YouTube channel and on 105.1 Jack FM right up front for our YouTube audience. Quick reminder, unfortunately we are not able to stream video coverage of these games tonight. That is reserved exclusively for the NFHS network in a contract with the Wyoming High School Activities Association. However, we will have audio coverage here for you, and we will update that scoreboard courtesy of Fremont Chevrolet in the bottom of your screen all night long as this game continues to go on. About 15 minutes away here from the opening tip, this is the Porter's Tailgate Show, made possible by Porter's Supply Company in Riverton, your home for stoves, spas, pellets, and so much more. Wolverines coming to the contest at 14-12 overall. Cheyenne Central an impressive 22-3. They lost to Laramie twice, lost to Thunder Basin once, and those the only 3 losses so far for Cheyenne Central. 22-3. The Indians were ranked number 1 most of the year in the WyoPreps.com coaches and media 4A rankings. Laramie got the better of them at the regional tournament, propelling them down to a number 2 seed out of the East here. Riverton is the 3 seed from the West after they knocked off Evanston twice at regionals, including in the 3rd place game. They lost to Star Valley in the semifinals, but bounced back to beat Cody on Saturday in a winner-in, loser-done game, 53-50. And again, they knocked off Evanston later that day, pretty convincingly, to 59-50 there for their 2nd time in a row against Evanston. So that's how both of these teams got here. On the line is a trip to the semifinals tomorrow night. The winner of this moves on to a 9 p.m. game tomorrow to take on the winner of Jackson and Natrona County. The loser is on the side of the bracket you don't want to be on. You do get to play tomorrow, but they'll be on the consolation side of things in a 1:30 game against the loser of Jackson and Natrona County. That game follows Riverton and Cheyenne Central, and both of those games will be at the Ford Wyoming Center, as will all of the 4A activity tomorrow. We may get this one started a little bit early, so we're going to take a timeout here on the Porter's Tailgate Show. When we come back in 60 seconds, you're going to hear from the head coach of the Wolverines. Bo Sheets was kind enough to join us just a few moments ago. That conversation coming up in just a moment. You are listening to Wolverine State Tournament coverage on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming on County 10's YouTube channel.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Your home for state tournament coverage is 105.1 Jack FM.
Welcome you back into the Porter Supply Company Tailgate Show here from Casper College. Jared Anderson with you as we look on the floor. Riverton and Cheyenne Central warming up right now. An interesting sight on the floor for the Riverton Wolverines, a sight they haven't seen in quite a while. Dre Monroe is out there warming up with the team. He does have a brace on his right leg, but he is taking some shots, so we'll see if there's any game time for Dre Monroe, but that would certainly be a welcome addition for this Riverton team to have another one of their seniors back that has been injured for the last several weeks. So we continue on with our Porter's Tailgate Show. A few moments ago, we caught up with the head coach of the Riverton Wolverines, Bo Sheets. Here is how that conversation would go. Back on the Porter's Tailgate Show, Riverton Wolverines head coach Bo Sheets is our guest. Coach, state tournament time. How's everybody feeling?
You know, everybody's feeling great. It's a long season. You start in November, and pretty soon it's almost spring. So, to get everybody back healthy, both physically and kind of just sickness-wise, and it's very exciting just to kind of be at the state tournament and see how we do.
That Saturday at regionals was so big. You came out convincingly a couple of times with wins there. Does that energy kind of carry over into practice, or how was your week of practice?
Oh, we had a great week of practice. Monday and Tuesday, you could tell the boys are still pretty tired from 4 games over the weekend, and they were battles. When you get into conference play and at regionals, everybody knows everybody, and you really got to grind through them. So, Monday, Tuesday, the boys were really locked in. We didn't push them too hard. We got a good practice in on Tuesday, and then Wednesday's kind of pregame. But, so pleased with how the weekend went last weekend to get 3 wins. On our side of the state is huge to get us into this weekend.
Central's a team you saw way back at the first tournament of the season. Do you take anything away from that meeting, or is it 2 completely different teams at this point?
Well, I think the answer is probably both. That was like almost exactly 3 months ago. It was over 3 months ago when we played them, and so now, both teams are hopefully much better. But again, personnel is the same. Tendencies are still very, very similar. They're going to play extreme pressure man. They're going to switch things. They're going to get after you. Very talented on the offensive end. They got 3 kids that can score double figures every night, and some other good role players. They got 9 or 10 seniors that are going to play tonight, and a very solid team.
What do you have to do well tonight to beat this team?
For us, it's just kind of enjoy the moment, play loose. I don't see there being a lot of surprises, kind of like we talked about, but it's handling their pressure. When we got open shots, it's knocking down, it's boxing out, it's getting good rebounds, and it's pushing the pace.
All right, Coach, best of luck. We'll chat when it's all over.
All right, thanks, Jared.
Bo Sheets, head coach of the Riverton Wolverines, joining us here on the Porter Supply Company Tailgate Show. Always appreciate his time. And we'll chat again with him once this game is over, and we'll select our Tyler Watson State Farm Player of the Game to chat with as well after this one comes to a conclusion. We're 3 or 4 minutes away from basketball here, as it looks like we're going to start this contest a little bit ahead of schedule, which is almost miraculous because earlier in the day, I've been here doing games for another company since early this morning, and after the first game of the day, there was a power outage here that put us 20-30 minutes behind. Luckily, there is an end to the first session. They kind of reset the times in the middle of the day and build in that hour and a half buffer in case they're running late. So not only will we get this one going here. It looks like we get it going a few minutes ahead of time, at least according to the clock right now. Cheyenne Central, again, the number one team in the state for most of the season, according to the WyoPreps.com rankings, taking on the Riverton Wolverines. And both teams going through last-minute shoot-arounds right now. Let's take one more timeout. The starting lineups, the opening tip coming up in just a moment. State championship basketball from Casper is on the way here on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming on County 10's YouTube channel.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that needs help.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
Wolverine basketball is on the air. Let's go courtside with the voice of the Wolverines, Jared Anderson.
A good Thursday evening to you. State championship basketball set to begin for the Wolverines and for the Cheyenne Central Indians. Both teams gathered around their head coaches for some last-minute instruction. Jim Schaefer, in his second year with the Cheyenne Central Indians. Jim has had quite the coaching resume. Jim Schaefer comes to us as a University of Wyoming grad. He was an assistant coach there, went to Northern Colorado, coached in Colorado for a while at the high school level, was the Cheyenne South coach for 8 years, then went to Laramie for 3 years, and is now with another team, Cheyenne Central. He was also elected into the Wyoming Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2018. Bo Sheets is in his 6th year with the Wolverine program. Starting lineups being introduced to the crowd here as, again, we're going to get this one a skosh early. Riverton Wolverines being introduced to the crowd first. The 3 seed out of the West. They look like this under Bo Sheets again in his 6th year. Number 1 is Derek DeVries. DeVries, a senior, averages 12.8 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. Number 2 is Ty Sheets. Sheets averages 9 points per game. Sheets, a senior. Number 24 for Riverton is Hunter Houck. Houck, a senior, averages 2 points per game, one of the team's defensive leaders. Number 30 is Eli Lucas. Lucas, a senior, averages 4.3 points per game. And number 12 is Riverton's all-time leading basketball scorer. A senior, averages 20.3 points per game. He is Parker Paxton. For Cheyenne Central, 22-3 overall under Jim Schaefer in his 2nd year. They start like this. Number 0 is Ryan Bradley. Bradley averages 6.9 points per game. Number 1 is Sam Shumway. Shumway, 13.8 points per contest, 4.3 rebounds per contest. He's also the leading assister on the team. Sam Shumway kind of does it all. Number 3, Chase Talich, 11.3 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. Number 4 is Carson Brown. Brown averages 4 points per game. And number 10 is the big guy, Joe Sawyer, 15.5 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per contest for the Indians. Riverton in the away Cardinal red jerseys. Riverton in black lettering across the front, black numbers across their jerseys. Cheyenne Central in their home white uniforms, trimmed in red and black. Central written across the front. We are glad you're with us on County 10's YouTube channel and 105.1 Jack FM. Jared Anderson here high atop Casper College. Derek DeVries opposite Talich in the jump center circle. Derek's going to win the tip. And we are underway from Casper College for the state tournament. Eli Lucas has it right side outside. He plays catch around the perimeter to Ty Sheets. Riverton staring at Cheyenne Central's man-to-man defense to start the ball game. Sheets has it in the corner. Take it to the dribble now. Crossover and circle all the way back up top. He'll stop in the paint looking for some help. Comes via Parker Paxton. 30 seconds have elapsed on Riverton's opening possession as Parker give it to Lucas. Right side. Switch hands on the dribble, and an official's going to stop play. It looked like there was some kind of substance on the floor that she doesn't like down on the baseline. She's going to get somebody with a rag to come clean some spillage up. Got a spillage delay here. 37 seconds into the contest. It'll be Riverton basketball, ball out of bounds in their front court once a crew with a towel mops it up. Thanks again to Porter's Supply Company in Riverton, making our tailgate show possible. And this is going to take a little bit longer than anticipated. The official now pointing to a lot of spillage as she continues along the baseline. They're going to need more towels for this job here early on. If you're, I guess, watching is the term along with us on our YouTube channel. Again, unfortunately, we can only bring you the audio of this broadcast, but I would love to interact with you in the comment section. There's that chat box if you're on a device that allows you to. If you're on a phone, I don't know if you can find it, but if you're on a computer, you can chat with us on the right corner of the screen. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching back in Riverton, would love to hear from you. I know there's a watch party going on at Riverton High School as well. I don't think they have us on, but we shout them out anyway. This is going to put us back on track here as the official and Wyoming High School Activities Association employees are doing the two-step with towels on their feet. Cleaning up a lot of moisture along that baseline, and kudos to the official for seeing that. That's the kind of stuff you absolutely do not want these young men going 100 miles an hour slipping on, and we are back to action here after the surface has dried up. Riverton is still with their first possession. We've played 40 seconds so far. Nobody scored. Cheyenne Central in a man-to-man open things. DeVries almost lost the handle, but Hunter Hauk comes to save it. Now Parker's going to spot up 12 o'clock for three. That's no good off to the right side. Talich up high grabs the Cheyenne Central rebound, and now Central on the move with their first possession. Joe Sawyer will hand it off. Three in the corner is good. Chase Talich will knock it down, and Cheyenne Central's got the first tray of the ball game. DeVries, right-hand dribble at the top of the key. Now he'll go down the lane, hang in the air. Left hand hangs, get it to go. Derek DeVries right back at him. Gets the two up and in. Ryan Bradley controls it now to Sam Shumway. Shumway to Brown underneath in the paint. Lay it up and in. Ryan Bradley. Cheyenne Central 2 for 2 shooting the basketball. Once from the outside, once from the paint, and they lead 5-2 here early on. 6:13 to play first quarter on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Sheets from the right side. That's no good. Knocked out of bounds. Alpha Riverton will head back to Central. Again, the only losses for Cheyenne Central this season came to Laramie twice and to Thunder Basin once. These two teams met all the way back on December 8th. That was day 2 of the season. And Central beat Riverton 53-48 at the Stranigan Classic. Hanging in the air is Talich. Chase Talich gets it to drop. And right off the bat here, it's Central 7, Riverton 2, 5:45 to play first quarter. DeVries is open for three from the left side. That's good. Derek DeVries, all 5 points. And the Riverton starts. Shumway holds it with Sheets on him defensively. Now to Sawyer. He'll try a three. That rattles off, and Parker Paxton cleans the glass. Again, that game on December 8th was day 2 of the season. Coach Sheets said they went back and looked at that game, but thinks both teams are different, thinks both teams have improved throughout the season. Riverton certainly has had their share of bumps and bruises and ups and downs as DeVries had it poked away, then slapped at it, and it goes into Jim Schaefer in the Cheyenne Central bench, out of bounds off of Derrick. Lucas and Sheets will come out. Brody Dale and Malachi Smith, the game's first substitutions for RHS. 7-5 Central, 5:05 to play, first quarter action. Sawyer work it up the floor and hand off to Talich. Same 5 starters still out there for Central. Behind the back dribble, Shumway cut off at the elbow. Shumway will give it up to Bradley. Riverton playing really aggressive defense all over the floor. Talich is going to try a step back long 3, and it's good. Had a hand in his face. Step back created a little bit of separation, and Central's lead is now 10-5. 4:27 to play first quarter. Parker Paxton trying to create a little bit of space down the lane. Now we'll give it to Hauk. Hauk back up top to Derrick. Derrick right-hand dribble as Talich smothering him defensively. Ball's on the floor. Talich knocked it away. Now a tie-up for it, and it's going to come away to Cheyenne Central. Parker Paxton was trying so hard to get that ball back for Riverton, but just could not. Hang in the air, left-hand layup is just off for Mason Tafoya, who just checked in. Tafoya, the Central first substitute of the ball game. And rebound taken right back by the Wolverines. Dale to DeVries. Derrick going to try another 3. That's no good. Rebound off to Shumway. Sam on the gallop up the floor with it. Shumway holds it at the top. He'll start left side to Talich. Back to Shumway. Through the lane to an open Sawyer in the corner for 3. That's no good. Rebound volleyed for, kept alive by Central. Malachi Smith in there battling, will finally gather it in. Good effort the entire way from Malachi to stick with it. Central lead is still 10-5 as the Wolverines work it up the floor. Brody Dale has Shumway on him defensively, and he'll hand off left side to DeVries. Derrick runs the lane, dish it off to Hauk. Hunter, stop, pivot around, and give it to Derrick in the corner. DeVries, right-hand dribble, trying baseline, but Sawyer will close that off. Now they'll reload way up top to Brody Dale. Dale has it pickpocketed by Talich. Chase all alone. Thought about the jam, but he just lays it in. Chase Talich with 10 points already in double digits. Chase has 10 points, and the Central lead goes 12-5. Only other Indian player to score is Ryan Bradley. Here's DeVries, right elbow, knock it down. Derrick DeVries has all the Wolverine points. So it's the Talich versus DeVries show. Traveling violation on Mason Tafoya. Going to send this right back to Riverton. 2:21 to play first quarter. It's 12-7 Central. Brody Dale looks gassed. He's going to come out. Brandon Monroe will check in. We'll also see Derrick. We'll see Blake Gattenbein come in. Paxton moves it up the floor for the Wolverines. Again, all 7 of their points have come via Derrick DeVries. Left side, Monroe. Brandon squares to the basket. Give it to Ty Sheets at the top. Left-hand dribble by Ty. Back to Monroe. Brandon lose the handle for a second. Gathers it in around the free throw line. Now to Gattenbein. He tries a 3. Leaves it short. And the rebound comes away to Marcus DeHoff, who just checked in for Central. Shumway. Down the lane. Left side is swatted by Malachi Smith. Rejection into the wall. Stays Central basketball, but that'll get the Wolverine bench fired up. No matter what happens here tonight, we'll be at the Ford Wyoming Center tomorrow, either for a 9 o'clock semifinal as Shumway off the inbound tries a 3, gets it to sneak over the front of the rim. That ball almost hit squarely on the front of the rim, but shooter's roll kept going over the rim and just creeped in there. 15-7 Central. Either be a 9 o'clock semifinal game or a 1:30 consolation game tomorrow from what was formerly known as the Casper Event Center. Chase Talich is just going to take it away from Parker. Parker down in backcourt, slow to get to his feet. Talich drops it off to DeHoff, who's wide open, lay it up and in, and Central has their largest lead of the game at 10. 17-7 as we close in on 1 minute to play first quarter. Sheets fade away from the left elbow. That drops. Ty Sheets, the first Wolverine player not named Derek DeVries to score. Long three by Talich is buried. Chase Talich with amazing range right there. No hesitation. NBA range drains it. He's got 13 first quarter points. Monroe to Ty Sheets, right side, squares up. We'll take it to the dribble. Sheets surveys the floor, give it left side behind the perimeter to Parker Paxton. Parker trying to get some isolation. It's poked from behind. Eli Lucas gathers it into Sheets for three. Good. Give Eli credit for keeping the basketball alive for Riverton. Ty buries the triple, and it's an 8-point game again with 9 seconds left first quarter. 20-12 Central. Talich, give it to Shumway. He travels with it. Shumway got handed the basketball, took a really high bounce very awkwardly, and his feet were just too fast. He couldn't put the ball on the floor in time. Parker at half court will let it go for three. No good off the back of the iron. And at the end of one, it is Cheyenne Central 20, Riverton 12. We're back in 1 minute with quarter number 2 from Casper College here at the state tournament on 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Wyoming knows hard work. And at Fremont Chevrolet GMC, we know Wyoming. Here, things are just built to last. Over the last 8 decades, we've had one priority: to serve the people of Wyoming. We are dependable. We are your neighbor. We are Wyoming. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton today.
Basketball all season long. 105.1 Jack FM.
Cheyenne Central with a 20-12 advantage here in the quarterfinals of the 4A state basketball tournament. Jared Anderson with you from Thunderbird Gym. Glad you're with us. Shumway at the top of the key for Central. Put it on the floor once. Now finds a newcomer into the ball game who goes down the lane. That's Mason DeHoff. Not exactly a newcomer. Was in for a brief stretch in the first quarter. Here's Derek DeVries quickly back the other way for the Wolverines. Down the lane, leaves the shot short off the front of the rim. Shumway will track it right back for Central, so both teams come up empty here in the second quarter of play. Chase Talich with 13 first quarter points. Shumway's going to try a long three. That's no good. Fight for the rebound is kept alive, though, by Tafoya. And Central reloads. Long rebound. Mason with nice hustle to get after it. Derek DeVries led Riverton in the first quarter with 7. Cutting through the lane is Sawyer. Couldn't get it to go. Foul on the rebound is on whom? Cheyenne Central. Check the Central foul here as soon as they put it on the board. It's going to go on Trey Love. Trey started the quarter, had not played at all in the first. Sheets holds it for Riverton. will try to beat Joe Sawyer. Use the glass. Can't do it from the left side. Eli Lucas put it back up and in, though. Eli with the stick back makes it a 6-point game. Eli's first bucket of the night. Down court pass to Ryan Bradley. He's going to put it off the glass. Can't get it to go. And here come the Wolverines again. Parker Paxton quickly burns it into the front court. Spot up three from the right side. That's no good, in and out. And Love is there to take it away for Central. So both teams one and done. Brown wide open corner three is no good. Love gets the rebound. Can't get it to go, but is fouled as he gets knocked to the floor, I think, by Eli Lucas. That is going to be foul number 1 on Eli. That'll be team foul number 1 here in the second quarter with 5:59 remaining. Central led by 8 to start the quarter. They're still looking for their first points of the second quarter, and they find them from Trey Love. First free throw is good. Love can put his team back up by 8. Central's led as much as 10. And Love will knock them both in there. DeVries races to the front court. Now he's going to go right past his guy. Can't get it to go, but is fouled on the help side defense. 2 shots forthcoming to Derek DeVries. Ryan Bradley picks up his first personal. Team foul number 2 of the quarter on Cheyenne Central as Malachi Smith and Brody Dale come to the check-in stand. First for Derek is good. Again, Dre Monroe took warm-ups with the Wolverines. I don't know if that was kind of a formality to be out there one more time with his team. He's got the brace on a knee. We still see him on the bench as Derek knocks them both in there. DeVries with 9 points will come catch a breather. Eli Lucas will as well as Dale and Smith take their place. 5:45 to play second quarter. Central on top of Riverton 22-16 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Here's Chase Talich in deep all alone. Joyce Sawyer with the feed. Chase Talich has 15 as Central's lead goes from 6 right back to 8. Parker left side, thought about it, goes straight up into the air, put it on the floor. I don't know how they're going to call that a travel because he put it on the floor. There's not much argument from the Riverton side, so maybe I'm just looking at something different, but that was a weird-looking play. Parker wanted to shoot, went straight up in the air as Parker takes it right back anyhow. And when he was in the air, he decided not to shoot, put it on the floor, and jumped. But they still call him for the travel. Here's Sheets from the corner. That's rejected into a photographer. Big block. Out of bounds by Sam Shumway. Hope Carl's okay down there. Left side outside. Brody Dale will send it in for the Wolverines as they stack it up horizontally. Brody still looking, wants to lob it to Paxton, but it's taken away by Shumway. Shumway scoop it out to Brown. One-on-one. Brown cannot get the layup to go. Was challenged by DeVries. Knocked out of bounds, though, by Eli Lucas. So we'll go back to 5-on-5 here in the Central half-court set as they'll inbound under and to the right of their hoop. 4:54 remaining second quarter. It's 24-16 Central on top of Riverton. Wolverines have not led in this contest. Right down Broadway, Ryan Bradley, big jump stop, can't get it to go. DeVries, baseball pass. Eli Lucas is wide open down the floor and lay it up and in. Good job, Derek, finding him. Good job by Eli, too. As soon as that shot was missed, Eli was off to the races. Here's Talich at the top. He has been deadly so far. He'll get it to the corner. Tafoya's three is no good. Fight for the rebound, tie up. I can't see the possession arrow from my vantage points. The official will say Riverton. So the Wolverines trail by 6 with the basketball as they try to chip away here in the second quarter. 4:22 remaining in the second. Paxton looking for a screen at the top. Malachi Smith going to come all the way up, but as he's waiting for the screen, ball is taken away. Tafoya the distance. Lay it in with the right hand from the left side. And Central back up by 8, 26-18. We've played halfway through the second quarter. But the Cheyenne Central team forces a lot of steals. And Riverton gets on the floor. They're going to call an over and back violation. It was knocked away for a second, but they'll say Derek had possession again, I guess, before it went in backcourt. It was also kind of a awkward looking call, but that's why I'm way up here, and they're down there making the big time calls. Talich, left side block, can't get the first one to go, hangs in the air, follows his shot. Chase Talich has 17 points. Big time difference maker. It's back to a 10-point Central lead, tie for their largest. Riverton whittled it down to 6 just a moment ago, and now it's back up to 10. Brody Dale at the top, right-hand dribble, goes right side outside to DeVries. Derek holds the basketball. Now we'll go down the lane, float in the air, off balance 2 is good for Derek. DeVries, Riverton's first player of the game in double digits. He's got 11. Coach Sheets wants a timeout. 3:17 remaining in quarter number 2. Cheyenne Central 28, Riverton 20. We'll keep this one right here, see if I can thank some folks who make these broadcasts possible. I'll get there, I promise you, as I refresh my computer. Want to thank Sutherland's in Riverton. They've got what you need for every project. Stop by Sutherland's on North Federal in Riverton. Want to thank our friends at Wyoming 4x4, wishing all Fremont County athletes good luck. Wyoming 4x4 is north of Riverton, or your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from lifts to bumpers and bed liners. Give Wyoming 4x4 a call. And we give a big thank you to Eyes on Fremont. Proud to see you compete both on and off the court. Student athletes have your support at Eyes on Fremont, 111 South Broadway Avenue in Riverton, your local optometrist. Central on top of Riverton 28-20. There is 3:17 remaining here in quarter number 2. If you are listening along on our YouTube page, would love to interact with you. Feel free to drop a comment in there. Again, I know you can't see the game, so it's tougher that way, but let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out. Here's Joe Sawyer in the lane right out of the inbound, spins around, makes a pretty move, and gets it to drop with soft touch. Joe Sawyer's first points pile up the other way, and it's going to go right back to Riverton out of bounds under their hoop. Joe Sawyer averages 15.5 points per game, and that was just his first bucket, but they haven't needed him with Chase Talich scoring 17 here in the first 13 minutes of gameplay. Lob way up top for Hunter Hauk. The ball is wrestled away from Hauk. Sam Shumway ties him up, forces the jump ball. Possession arrow is Central's this time. Central is aggressive. They are all over the basketball defensively. They force a lot of steals, and they have so far in the first half here. Talich backing in on Lucas, draws the foul, and he makes the basket. Talich just continues the onslaught of points. Gives Central their largest lead so far, and he is a point away from 20 tonight. Chase toes the mark, takes a deep breath, stares at the basket for a long time. Now he'll let it go, and that one drops in there for Chase. Central leads Riverton 33-20 here in the state championship quarterfinals. 2:38 to play first half. Parker Paxton runs all the way through the baseline, bounce pass it to Hauk. Central wanted to travel, didn't get it. 3 in the corner, DeVries is no good. Fight for it, comes to the floor. Malachi on the floor with Tafoya, taken away by Central. Now to Talich, down the floor, right down the lane, got it. Nope, offensive foul. Ty Sheets in there to take the charge for Riverton. He's due for at least a charge a game. Ty Sheets, as tough as they come, honestly, for this Wolverine squad. All these kids have shown toughness through the season, but Ty takes more contact than just about anybody I've ever seen before. DeVries to Parker, left corner. Parker will step inside the three-point line. Long two is good. Parker Paxton. And that's Parker's first bucket of the game. Here's a takeaway by Hunter Hauk. Hunter will work it up the floor for Riverton. Now hand back to DeVries. Derek long pass wanted Sheets, was contested, and Shumway knocks it into about the fifth row of the stands. The Riverton ball in their front court. 1:56 remaining second quarter, an 11-point Cheyenne Central lead. They'll inbound all the way in backcourt. Parker retreats, gathers it in, now sets up the Riverton offense against man-to-man Central pressure. DeVries tries a three. That's well off the mark, short, and a long rebound goes out of bounds. Central team has steadily improved since Riverton saw them on December 8th. Ranked number 1 for most of the year, and Sawyer contested by Malachi Smith. Shot is short. Rebound gathered in by Malachi. If you're either Riverton or Evanston, who are playing that third, fourth place game at regionals last week, no matter what you get with Central and Laramie, that is a tough challenge. Foul on the floor on Shumway. That's Ryan's second. And Central team foul number 4 with 1:17 remaining here in the first half. And the big difference maker so far, Chase Talich, 20 points in the first half. DeVries, Riverton's leading scorer, has the basketball. Derek with 11 points. They'll hand off to Parker Paxton. Parker had a little bit of space, but bobbled the basketball. Talich reacts before Parker can get a shot away. Now Hauk, left side to Derek. DeVries go high post to Sheets. Fade away from that elbow spot. Can't get it to go, but Hauk the rebound. Hunter reloads to Derek at the top. DeVries straightaway three is too strong, no good. And a foul on the rebound going to be assessed to Riverton. That'll be their third team foul. And it's on Ty Sheets. Ty's first. .48 seconds to play, second quarter. Central trying to add to their 11-point advantage here on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Joe Sawyer has it way up top for Central. They're going to deflate the clock a little bit. Jim Schaefer is all the way down the floor from where his kids are, but he's shouting out those under a minute instructions. It's always interesting to see the strategy as the clock winds down. Sawyer right along the half-court line is double-teamed. Now they'll give it to Shumway. 13 seconds in the half. Central has successfully deflated the clock pretty well. 8 seconds, but a traveling violation on Ryan Bradley. We'll give it to the Wolverines with 7.5 seconds remaining. See if Riverton can hit a shot with some momentum into the locker room here. Down by 11. DeVries across the midcourt area, right down the lane. Malachi Smith, open right side block, up and in. And that will take us to the locker room. So nice drive by DeVries, nice finish by Malachi Smith. Makes it a single-digit game again as the teams go into the locker rooms. At the intermission from Casper College, it's Cheyenne Central 33, Riverton 24. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we're going to run down individual scoring numbers for you. Take a look at some of the other happenings from state basketball. We'll run down the scores and what's next here from the 4A state tournament in Casper. We also will set up the second half for you. That's all on the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show in just a couple of moments. It's Central on top of Riverton 33-24. Back right after this timeout on 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price for every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
More state tournament coverage all weekend long can be found at county10.com.
Welcome into the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show, made possible by the Wyoming Department of Transportation. They remind you to buckle your seatbelt every trip, every time. It's a simple message: seatbelts save lives. Buckle your seatbelt every trip, every time in Wyoming. They say most accidents happen within 10 miles of where you live, so even if it's a short trip, make sure that seatbelt is buckled. Thanks to YDOT for making our halftime coverage possible. Cheyenne Central's led throughout the first half here. They lead 33-24 at the intermission. Let's take a look at some first half stats. First for the Wolverines, Derek DeVries, the main source of offense for Riverton. He's the only player in double digits so far with 11. 5 points from Ty Sheets, 4 points from Eli Lucas, 2 points apiece, Parker Paxton and Malachi Smith. Riverton shooting 43% from the floor, 2 of 11 from behind the arc. They are 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Cheyenne Central, it's been the Chase Talent show. 20 points. Riverton, if they're going to get back in this one, has to absolutely find an answer for Chase Talent. 20 points. He is 3 of 4 from three-point land, 8 of 10 from 2, and 1 of 1 at the free throw line. It's been an impressive effort, to say the least, by Chase Talent. A few other contributors, not a lot of points after that. 3 points for Sam Shumway, and then a logjam with contributors with 2 points for Cheyenne Central. Ryan Bradley has 2, Marcus DeHoff has 2, Joe Sawyer has 2, Trey Love has 2 points. Central shooting 46% from the floor, 4 and 9 from the land of 3. They are 3 of 3 at the free throw stripe. Rebound battle right now belongs to Central by 4, 16 rebounds to 12 rebounds. Central led Riverton 20-12 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Riverton settled in a little bit better. Central outscored Riverton by a single point there in the last 8 minutes, 13-12. So that's where we're at here at halftime. This is the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. And again, the stat that matters most, Central on top of the Wolverines, 33-24. Central is led by as much as 13 in this contest. Riverton has never led. Games going on. There's only one more game after this, and that features Jackson, who's the number 1 seed out of the West, taking on Natrona County, which is a little bit of a surprise that Natrona is as low as number 4 from the East. It speaks to how many good teams there are in the 4A East, but Natrona and Jackson, I think, stack up well with each other, and NC may have a little bit of that home crowd here in Casper, so I think that's a really interesting game coming up next on this floor. But the winner of this game gets the winner of that game. Loser of that game gets the loser of this game. The winners will play at 9 o'clock tomorrow in the final game from the Ford Wyoming Center. The losers will play at 1:30 in consolation play. Both of those games at the Ford Wyoming Center. Scores from earlier today, 4A boys basketball. It was a great game with Star Valley and Cheyenne East. Went down to the wire. Star Valley wound up knocking off Cheyenne East 45-43. Laramie got the better of Evanston, dominated that performance kind of from the get-go, 57-38. Let's move over to 4A girls scores from today. Sheridan knocked off Rock Springs 59-44. It was Cody over Laramie 53-32. That sets up a semifinal with Sheridan taking on Cody tomorrow at 4:30. Cheyenne East knocked off Star Valley 50-28, and it was Campbell County over Kelly Walsh 52-39. That score not really indicative of how close it was for so long, but Kelly Walsh, a scrappy team, hung in there with the 1 seed from the East, Campbell County, for quite a while, but Campbell County did pull away, so it's East and Campbell County in the other girls semifinal. We are about 2.5 minutes away from resuming action in this one, so let's squeeze in one more timeout to thank a couple of sponsors, including the Wyoming Department of Transportation, making our Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show possible. At the intermission, it's Cheyenne Central 33, Riverton 24. Back with the second half in just a minute on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming coverage as well on County 10's YouTube channel.
Letters. 5 letters. Just think about, what am I doing right now? Smile. Smile? Uh-huh. This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
This is Maven, award-winning optics for the adventurous. From binoculars to spotting scopes, Maven has you covered. Be prepared for scouting, wildlife watching, or any outdoor adventure. As a proud sponsor of local high school sports, we wish all the Fremont County athletes the best of luck this season. Visit mavenbuild.com for more information and to order. Maven, discover something new.
Your home for state tournament coverage is 105.1 Jack FM.
Second half ready to begin from Swede Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium. Cheyenne Central on top of Riverton 33-24 at the intermission. Again, it's been the Chase Tallage show for Cheyenne Central. He's got 20 points. Derek DeVries has 11 to lead the Wolverines. Riverton did make it a single-digit game right before the half. Malachi Smith bucket, so we'll see if there's a little bit of energy that translates here into the start of the third quarter. Both teams gathered around their respective head coaches. Again, Jim Schaefer in his second year with the Central program, but has a long history of coaching, both in Wyoming and in Colorado. Bo Sheets in his 6th year at the helm with the Wolverines. Riverton won state championship in school history. That was not long ago, 2017. Cheyenne Central's won 23 championships in their school's history, their latest in 2021. Both of these teams would love to make some noise and pick up another championship, but it starts here in the quarterfinals. Second half is underway. Riverton starts with DeVries, Paxton, Lucas, Hauk, and Sheets. Same starting 5 for Riverton. It's Bradley, Shumway, Talich, Brown, and Sawyer for Central. Same starting 5 for them. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Central. We'll head right back to Riverton. Central's in their home white uniforms, trimmed in red. Riverton in their away cardinal red jerseys, trimmed in black. Jared Anderson here with you from T-Bird Gym, and whatever you're up to on a Thursday night, hope everything is well in your world. We appreciate you spending a few moments with us tonight in our County 10 coverage. Lucas at the top, goes right side to Parker Paxton. Parker crossover, tries to get by Talich, now feeds Ty Sheets. Sheets with some space off the glass, can't get it to go though, and Brown will take it away for Central. Central in transition. Brown will lose the handle for a second. Picked up by Sawyer, who just scoops it up, shoots it in the lane for 2, and gets it to go. Joe Sawyer's second bucket of the contest. First points for anybody here in the second half. Gives Central back a 11-point advantage. DeVries spins in the lane, reverses hands in the air, can't get it to go. 3 bodies hit the floor for the rebound, and we'll get a tie-up. Possession arrow, Riverton. There was almost a little bit of extracurricular that went on for a while longer in that skirmish there, but officials blew the whistle right away. Shumway back to the basket at the free throw line. Now Sam going to try to work on Ty Sheets, spin around, give it to Brown. Brown left side behind the perimeter to Talich. Talich with those 20 first half points. And Lucas all over him, did not get the shot away. 6:22 remaining third quarter. Central the only points here so far in the quarter. Underneath, good scoop to Bradley, left block. Shot is no good, but the rebound comes to Carson Brown, and Central will try again. Shumway at the top, stares into Riverton's man-to-man. Sawyer left side outside to a cutting Bradley at the free throw line. Now to Talich. Talich is fouled on the floor. First foul of the second half will go to Eli Lucas. That's Eli's second team foul, number 1. Malachi Smith back in for the Wolverines. Shumway holds it at the top. Ty Sheets on him defensively. Left side now to Sawyer. Sawyer is pushed and fouled by Hauk. So Riverton picks up 2 quick fouls. One on Lucas, one on Hauk, and it's ball out of bounds again to Central. Shumway in the corner to Bradley. Bradley lob it for Sawyer underneath. Good body control. Joyce Sawyer lets one go by him. Lays it off the glass and in. Joe Sawyer with 6, including the first couple of buckets for Central in the third quarter. Central tied for their largest lead at 13. Parker has it taken away by Shumway. Scooped ahead to Sawyer. The distance, lay it up and in. Joe Sawyer. And Central is off to a good start here in the third quarter. Ty Sheets going to quiet him down, though, for a moment from the free throw line. Knocked down the 2. Ty's got 7. And it's knocked away out of bounds off of a Riverton hand last. That'll allow Mason Tafoya to check in while Central maintains possession. That Sheets bucket was much needed for Riverton, but they need some stops on the defensive end too. Talich had that ball changed course. He shot it from the top, and DeVries got a piece of it. Came off his hand looking pretty weird. Didn't come close to the bucket. Parker at the top is defended with somebody in his face the entire way. They know he's a shooter. Here's DeVries, soft touch from the right side. Can't get it, but Malachi put it back up and in. Malachi Smith, the offensive rebound and stick back. An 11-point game, 4:22 remaining third quarter. Central on top, 39-28. Riverton has never led. Sawyer in the corner, stopping the paint. Smith contests, can't get the shot to go, and Malachi will take away the rebound. Malachi outlet to DeVries. Derek jogs up the floor, go right side to Sheets. Spot up 3 is no good, and block out Bradley. Track down the rebound, baseball pass ahead to Sawyer, wide open, lay it up and in from the right side. Joe Sawyer taking over the second half. He's got 10 now, 8 of them coming in the last 4:15 to start quarter number 3. DeVries left alone at the top, let a 3 go, can't get it to drop, though, off the rim, and Shumway tracks it down. Shumway loses Sheets on the floor. He'll let a three go, and that is good. It wasn't really Shumway's handles that made Ty slip. He just kind of lost his footing, and Shumway was left alone for a three, and it's 44-28 Central. 3:12 remaining third quarter. Coach Sheets wants a timeout. .312 remaining, 44-28. Cheyenne Central has maintained a lead here all game long. Want to thank some more folks that have supported Riverton broadcasts all season long, not only basketball, but football season 2. Central Bank and Trust, your hometown bank, supporting the Wolverines. Community Matters at CB&T. They're located in Lander, Riverton, and Fort Washakie. Thanks to Red and Kane and Associates. Cheering on the Wolverines, your local tax professionals. Proud of your hard work on and off the court. Red and Kane and Associates, 202 North Broadway in Riverton, or online at rivertoncpa.com. And thanks to Wyoming Catholic College, proud to cheer on the Wolverines and Fremont County athletes. Your dedication is admirable. WyomingCatholic.edu, the website. .312 remaining third quarter. Central with that 16-point advantage now. Riverton basketball out of the second Coach Sheets timeout. He's got 3 remaining. Central is not taking a timeout yet. Here's Ty Sheets in the corner for 3. Knock it down. Good looking shot by Ty. He's got 10. Central with the possession, trying to get it to Talich every time. Riverton has adjusted some things defensively against Talich, I think, and they've gone to Joe Sawyer a lot more this quarter. He's been a big difference maker, and as soon as I say that, Talich off a screen on the right side for 3. Knock it in. Chase Talich with his first points of the quarter. He's got 23 overall. Eli Lucas, baseline drive, right-hand shot is no good. Love contests for the rebound. It's on the floor, though. Lucas scoop it to Smith. Smith charged with an offensive foul. It's kind of too bad. Malachi couldn't really control that. He had to be hunched over to pick up the basketball, and then as soon as he stood up, his shoulder was lowered into the defender. Malachi's first personal. It's the right call, but it's just kind of the wrong place at the wrong time for Malachi Smith. 2:07 remaining third quarter, 47-31. Central on top. Looking for more. Joe Sawyer has it knocked away from him down low, and it's going to be off of Central. Back to the Wolverines. Good pressure down low. Lucas and Smith. 2 minutes exactly remaining third quarter. 47-31. Cheyenne Central maintains their lead that they've had throughout. Dale, back it off at the top now, give it to Parker. Paxton has not had a lot of clean shots. He'll try it from a mid-range 2, no good. Malachi put back, that's no good. And Mason Tafoya will clear it for Central. Central likes to get up the floor quickly. In the corner they go to Sawyer for 3. Knock it in. That's Mason Dehoff, I beg your pardon. Mason Dehoff got the shot to go. That's who the PA gave credit to, at least. I'm not positive that wasn't Joe Sawyer. Sheets corner 2, no good. Malachi put back, didn't go, but he's fouled. And Smith will give his team a chance to catch their breath here and get a couple of free throws. Malachi to the line has been so good as the season's gone on, rebounding the basketball. First free throw is good. Malachi, a 41% free thrower on the season, but hasn't attempted a ton of free throws. coming into the postseason. He'd shot 27 times from the stripe. Second for Malachi, no good, off to the right side. And it'll stay an 18-point game with 1:07 remaining. Central quickly hustles it into the front court. Talich to Sawyer, corner three. This time I know it's Sawyer. He knocks it in again. Joe Sawyer's got 13. And the struggle continues here for the Wolverines against a very good Cheyenne Central club. Sheets at the top. Again, these two teams played on day two. Here's a takeaway from Mason Tafoya. Tafoya going to try to go the distance. Offensive foul. And I'll let you guess who took another charge. Ty Sheets. 38 seconds remaining, third quarter. They played on day two of the season, December 8th at the Stranigan Classic. Was a 5-point Central win. And both of these teams are different, but this Central team has steadily improved all year. They are an absolute contender to win another state championship, which would be the 24th in their school's history. Parker will let a three fly. That's in and out, no good. Finally had a decent look at it, but rattled out, stayed out. Shumway tracks down the rebound for Central, and they'll start up their offense with 13 seconds remaining, third quarter. Shumway directing some traffic, clock at 7. Brown to Sawyer. Sawyer with 2 seconds, spin at the free throw line. Shot is off the mark, no good. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Cheyenne Central has built a large lead on Riverton, 53-32. Come on back for the fourth quarter with us. We're back in a minute on 105.1 Jack FM and County10.com.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Central Bank and Trust is a local bank that is focused on technology and convenience. We have a simpler online mortgage application process. You can use your computer or mobile device to upload required documents and sign them online. We have a variety of personal and business banking services. Stop in or visit centralbanktrust.com. We live here. We work here.
Coverage of every Wolverine game from state can be heard on County 10's YouTube channel.
Tough sledding for the Wolverines against a good Cheyenne Central team. Big deficit here as the fourth quarter starts, 53-32. Parker Paxton soars in right out of the gates. Can't get it to drop in the lane, but draws a foul. And Parker, only with 2 points on the night so far, will go to the line. I say only 2. Let's guess he averages 20.3 per game. First free throw in and out, no good. Parker just not completely himself offensively here tonight. A lot of that is the way Central has attacked him defensively. They've had a hand in his face the entire time. He does get the second free throw to go, makes it a 20-point game. Lob it to Talich. Talich double teamed on the block. Doesn't matter. Muscles up a tough shot. Gets it to go. Chase Talich now with 25. DeVries. Quick turnaround shot from the left side is no good. Lucas hustles for the rebound, but it's quickly stripped and taken away by Talich. Talich ahead to Brown. Lay it up and in from the left side, and the onslaught continues. That is Carson Brown's first bucket for Central. 57-33. We've played a minute here in the fourth quarter. Hauk on the baseline for Riverton. Looking for a cutter. Parker Paxton is tripped and fouled. Sam Shumway has done a really nice job on Parker all game long. Shumway picks up his second personal. Parker holds it in the Riverton front court. Now hand off to Sheets, left side. Sheets will try a three. That's no good. Comes to Sawyer. Sawyer, baseball pass it up ahead to Talich. Talich is D'd up by Eli Lucas. Lucas stuck on him. Talich trying to put a move on and is fouled on the floor. Eli will pick up his third personal. First team foul of the fourth quarter. The ball out of bounds to Central, under and to the right of their hoop. Central 57, Riverton 33 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. 6:37 remaining in this quarterfinal contest. Talich, stop at the top and give it to Sam Shumway. Now in the corner to Joe Sawyer, knocked down an easy two. Joe Sawyer left unguarded from about 7 feet away. Sheets. And off to DeVries. Derek, D'd up by Shumway. Shumway poked it away for a second. Derek gathers it back in. We'll try a long two. That's no good. And Bradley is there to rebound for the Indians. Bradley, right side, outside. Snap a pass in the paint to DeHoff. DeHoff turnaround two. That's no good. And here comes Parker Paxton on the gallop. Give it to Ty Sheets. Sheets goes past one. Baseline drive off glass two is good. Pretty first step by Ty Sheets. And Ty now is Riverton's leading scorer with 12. It's been a while since we've seen a Derek DeVries point. He had 11 at halftime. He has not scored here in the second half. Three from Talich. No good, too strong. Parker Paxton up high to grab the rebound. 5 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in the opening game of State 4A basketball for both Cheyenne Central and Riverton. Ty Sheets tried to make a move, traveled first. See Natrona County waiting in the wings for their turn next on this floor. Jackson is their opponent. Should be a good crowd here as it continues to filter in with Casper Natrona fans. Right at him, Sam Shumway down the lane draws contact. Shumway got knocked hard to the floor and he's holding his wrist on the floor. Derek DeVries going to go help him up in a nice act of sportsmanship. That's Eli Lucas again on the foul too, by the way. Eli now with 4. And Sam Shumway will head to the free throw line. First for Sam, will rattle in. Shumway has one more as Hunter Houck and Brody Dale check in for Riverton. Shumway, a 73% free thrower on the season. Looking for his 10th point of the night, and we'll get that one to drop in off the rim. Sam Shumway with 2 more points gives Central a 61-35 advantage on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. 5 minutes remaining. Parker for 3, no good. Nice little head fake by Parker. Got his guy to jump. Had a decent look at it, but couldn't knock it down. Now Joe Sawyer the other way. That rattles in. Joe Sawyer's second half has been outstanding. He had 2 points in the first half. As here's Brody Dale from the top. No good. He's got 18 now, so even though I'm bad at math, that tells me 16 second half points for Joe Sawyer. Turnaround 2 is not going to drop for DeHoff, and Brody Dale takes it away for the Wolverines. 4:18 remaining in the contest. DeVries will spot up 3 with Talich in his face and knock it in. Derek's first bucket of the second half is a 3-pointer. He's got 14 to take the team high honors back. 64-38. Central looking for more. Talich is wide open on the left side block, and he's got it. Chase Talich now with 27. And Riverton going to take another timeout. I believe that was Riverton's timeout. Just a 30 either way. 3:59 remaining in regulation, 66-38 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Want to thank Elevate Rehab in Olander, offering comprehensive physical therapy at their clinic. Elevate your ticket to good health. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes from Elevate Rehab. And thanks to Goddard Construction, a proud supporter of the Wolverines. Goddard Construction offers friendly construction services that are always on time and aligned with your budget. Give Goddard Construction a call for all your construction needs today. Riverton with 3:59 to try to rally their biggest comeback of the season. 66-38, Parker out of the inbound will set up the Riverton offense. Man-to-man defense we've seen all game long from Central. Parker fade away long 2. That's no good. And a newcomer for Cheyenne Central, Blake Cox, will grab the rebound. Have not seen Blake yet this game. Gets a little bit of time now. DeHoff will get it in the paint to another newcomer into the game. That's Mason DeHoff. Get it to go. Gattenbein. Dale now at the top. Right side, outside Sheets. Sheets backing into the elbow. Send it around weak side to Parker Paxton. Paxton on the dribble drive off glass 2. Good. That's the Parker that we have come to know and love. He's got 5. 3 minutes remaining. A 28-point Cheyenne Central advantage as Joe Sawyer faces the bucket. Sawyer will give it to Tyler Davis, another one of those Cheyenne Central youngsters on the floor right now. We'll see another new player too. Next dead ball, Nate Brenchley is at the check-in stand. Love down the lane. That's a blocking foul, they're going to say. Ty Sheets wanted to pick up his 3rd charge of the night, but he's going to be rung up for the foul this time. Ty's 2nd. So Trey Love to the line, will shoot 2 times. First one creeps over the front of the rim and drops. Trey's 3rd point of the game, all on free throws. And he can make this a 30-point Cheyenne Central lead. Free throw is good. 70-40, Indians on top of the Wolverines. 2.5 minutes remaining, and Riverton going to empty the bench. Paxton, left side, outside. Will dribble past one, hang in the air, can't get it to go, but draws the contact. I think that was on Blake Cox, his first. It is. We'll get 4 subs after Parker's first free throw. Let's go, and that is a swish. Parker with 6 points. Blake Gattenbein, Brandon Monroe, Josiah Hernandez, Malachi Smith on the floor for Riverton and Parker Paxton. Now they're going to send, they'll send Monroe back as Parker's got to shoot one more, and now he'll be allowed to come in. So Parker Paxton's night will conclude with 7 points. 2:22 remaining, and I don't think it's a stretch at this point to say it looks like Riverton will fall to the consolation side of things. They're going to be back at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon to take on the loser of the game we'll see next, either Jackson or Natrona County at the Ford Wyoming Center. So if you're making that trip over to Casper tomorrow, 1:30 the start time, barring a miracle. 3 from DeHoff was no good. Here's Malachi quickly into the front court. Offensive foul, setting his feet in there to take the charge, Tyler Davis. And Malachi's 2nd. Riverton's 4th team foul with 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. We will get into the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up in just a little bit. Pick our Tyler Watson State Farm Player of the Game. I think we Can already give a nod to Chase Talich for Cheyenne Central. Just an outstanding performance. Here's a three in the corner from Tyler Davis. Davis gets into the scorebook. Make it 73-42 Central. Foul on Central. Will send the ball out of bounds to the Wolverines with a minute 23 remaining here from Casper College. Still an opportunity at some hardware to play for Riverton. They will face a good team, no matter if it's Natrona or Jackson tomorrow. Three by Monroe is up and good. Brandon Monroe knocks down a three-pointer with 1:03 remaining in the contest. Coach Schaefer telling his guys to take some time off the clock as Malachi Smith not going to let that happen. Strips the basketball away right down the lane. Floater is good for Malachi, who now has 7. .36 seconds remaining, and now Cheyenne Central going to try to deflate the basketball once again. 30 seconds. Subs in for both of these teams. Central's just going to lose the handle here. Then Brenchley had it go off of him, off of the thigh there on the baseline, and give Riverton one more possession here at least. 18 seconds remaining in the game. Ryan Cox, left side baseline turnaround is fouled. So Ryan will get a couple of free throws before we get out of here. First of 2 for Ryan will rattle in. Hit the front part of the rim, hit the back part of the rim, took a lap all the way around and dropped. Ryan's got one more with 14 seconds to go. Second one too strong, no good. Central will get the rebound, and I think they will just hang on to the basketball. Riverton falls to Cheyenne Central 73-48 in the 4A quarterfinals. That is a really good Cheyenne Central team. And a disappointing effort here in game number 1 of the state tournament for Riverton. The Bailey Tyronado postgame show's coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll get a player of the game up here to talk to. Head coach Bo Sheets is going to join us as well, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's in store for you tomorrow. We know Riverton's going to be back at it at 1:30 at the Ford Wyoming Center in consolation play. They'll either play Natrona or Jackson. I'll tell you more about that here as we get into the post-game show in just a couple of minutes. Final score, Central 73, Riverton 48. Back in just a moment with the Bailey Tyronado post-game show on 105.1 Jack FM and County10.com.
Looking for an upgrade to your vehicle? Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Rhoda Moore. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome you into the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Tough one for the Wolverines against a very good Cheyenne Central squad, 73-48. The final score. One of our Tyler Watson State Farm players of the game is with us now, Brody Dale, one of the team senior leaders. Brody, what is it about that Cheyenne Central team? Why are they just that good and that dynamic?
So they have three really, really good offensive players with Shumway, Talich, and Sawyer. So you have to stop three of them. And Talich got hot early, so that hurts. And defensively, they probably play the hardest out of anybody and they switch everything, so it's hard to get any movement going.
Yeah, these teams from the East are just so good, but the good news for you guys is you get to bounce back. You get to play another day tomorrow against either Natrona or Jackson. I know you've seen Jackson. I don't think we've seen Natrona much of this season. I know you haven't played them, but do you have a preference in this matchup who you'd like to see tomorrow?
I'd probably like to see Natrona so that our side keeps winning, because everybody always says that our side of the state isn't as strong, so always cheer for our side of the state when we're out of it.
That's interesting. How do you respond and come back tomorrow? There's still a lot to play for. You could potentially go 2-1, win a consolation championship, still on the line here to have a couple extra games and finish this out. How do you bounce back after a tough loss tonight?
I would just say it's for the love of our brothers. I mean, us seniors only have 2 more possible games, so we all need to go out and just play and have fun and try to win every last game we can.
I want to erase the memory of this game real quick and back up. I didn't have a chance to talk with you after regionals. Such a fun regional tournament. I know the stumble on Friday against Star Valley, who was also very good, but that Saturday was just a lot of fun with the win against Cody. You turn around, you beat Evanston again. What was kind of the feeling in the bus ride home like last Saturday?
The locker room was hyped. I mean, everything was just super hyped. I mean, because this year, I mean, you never know if you're going to get to come compete at the state tournament, and if you do, it's something special. You try to go out and win something, so it's always an amazing feeling to like go to state. I mean, it's a tough task this year too. All 4A teams are really, really good.
You've had so many memories with these guys, not only in high school, but growing up, youth sports, and have been with these seniors for so long. What has the senior class, your teammates, meant to you?
Everything. I mean, we're all pretty much best friends too, so like not only from basketball do we hang out, like we hang out outside of it too. So it's the kids we've hung out with our whole life.
All right, Brody, thank you for coming up after a tough loss. We'll be back and get after them tomorrow afternoon. All right, appreciate you. Brody Dale, our Tyler Watson State Farm player of the game. Appreciate Brody coming up. We'll get Bo Sheets on, head coach of the Wolverines, here in just a moment. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Central over Riverton at 73-48. Coach, that Central team, I know this is an understatement, is just very good, and they're so dynamic with so many different guys to stop. What is it about them that makes them so tough to defend?
Well, yeah, just what you said. They're deep. They have 9-10 guys that can play and then not have anything drop off for them. They execute well. When they shoot how they did, to shoot 55% for three, is going to win a whole lot of games. And we shot, I think probably 26% or something from three and 38% for the game. They had less turnovers than we did. They had more steals that turned into easy buckets. I mean, those things add up quickly, and they turn into a pretty easy victory that tip your hat to Central for playing well.
You get to bounce back, play tomorrow. You've got an opportunity to send these seniors out with a couple of wins. I know the consolation trophy is not what you came here wanting, but you play at 1:30 tomorrow. How do you bounce back up quickly and get them motivated to play tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, it's a tough task because you come here wanting to, you have big goals, big aspirations, and we talked about it's the team that plays best this time of year, and we were hoping that was us. And obviously Central was much better tonight in almost every area, playing, coaching, a whole bunch of areas. So again, you tip your hat to them. So for our guys, they've got to kind of let this sting for a few minutes, and then it's on to the next thing. Just like we talked about, sports can kind of give you lessons about life and all kinds of different areas that it didn't go out the way we wanted to do perfectly, but we have a heck of an opportunity. We get to play at state. There's 8 teams in the state that would kill to have another game at the event center and get to play a good team like we're getting to. So it's a good opportunity for us. It's not the dream ending that we wanted, but it is a much better ending than if we'd have gotten beat out last week.
I know you're going to give me a coach answer. Brody told me he's rooting for the West to keep representing, but do you have a preference in this Natrona-Jackson game and who you might see tomorrow?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the orange and black team is going to dominate this game, so I really don't care at this point. I just want to go kick a trash can or do something, cry for the boys, so I could care less right now. But it'll be a fun game to watch, and then we'll get ready for them.
I'm going to get out of your way then and let you go do that. Coach, thank you for coming up as always. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bo Sheets, head coach of the Wolverines, joining us here on the Bailey Tyrannado post-game show. Wolverines fall to Cheyenne Central 73-48. We're going to squeeze in one more timeout. We're back to wrap up individual scoring numbers here, and this one in 60 seconds. You've been listening to the Wolverines on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming coverage on County 10's YouTube channel.
Kane and Associates. CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we've got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
Read all about the Fremont County Sports Weekend at county10.com.
The Bailey Tyrannado post-game show continues. Wolverines fall in tough fashion to Cheyenne Central, 73-48 here to start the state tournament. Cheyenne Central led 20-12 at the end of the first quarter, outscored Riverton 13-12 in the second quarter, outscored them 20-8 in the third quarter. Any chance the Wolverines had maybe of coming back in the second half was quickly diminished there with that decisive third quarter. Central outscored Riverton in the fourth quarter 20-16, so when you're outscored all four quarters, things probably not going to go your way. They lose to Central 73-48. Riverton never led, no ties, and Central holding off the Wolverines. They move on to the semifinals tomorrow to take on either Jackson or Natrona County in the winner of the game we're about to see here in about 10 minutes or so from Casper College tomorrow at 9 o'clock. The Wolverines will play in consolation play at 1:30 tomorrow against the loser of this game, so they'll either see Jackson for a second time this year or Natrona County for the first time this season. Taking a look here finally at individual scoring numbers, let's start with the Wolverines. They were led by Derek DeVries, who finishes with 14. Ty Sheets finishes with 12 for Riverton. Then it goes 7 points for Parker Paxton, 7 points for Malachi Smith, 4 points for Eli Lucas, 3 points for Brandon Monroe, 1 point for Ryan Cox. Riverton shot 43% from field goal range, 2 of 11. Actually, they shot for the game. That was the first half I'm looking at. From the floor in the game, they shot 38%, 5 of 19 from behind the arc for 26%, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Cheyenne Central was led by Chase Tallich. He had 20 first half points. He finishes with 27. Joe Sawyer had 16 second half points and finishes with 18. Then it goes 8 points for Sam Shumway, 5 points for Mason Dehoff, 4 points for Trey Love, 3 points for Tyler Davis, 2 points apiece, Ryan Bradley, Carson Brown, and Marcus Dehoff. Cheyenne Central shot 54% from the floor, 10 of 18 from behind the arc, and a perfect 7 of 7 at the free throw line. Rebounding battle went to Central 31-24, out rebounding Riverton by 7. Riverton had Riverton had 14 turnovers. Cheyenne Central had 10 turnovers. So it was a one-sided affair, to be sure. Cheyenne Central's largest lead was 31. They sealed the victory 73-48 here from Casper College. Thanks to Brody Dale, our Tyler Watson State Farm player of the game, for coming up. At State Farm, they're ready to protect your future. Give Tyler Watson and State Farm a call for your insurance needs today. Tyler is a Wolverine alum, a proud RHS supporter, and has been with us all season, allowing us to chat with some of these student athletes and pick our players of the game. So thanks to Tyler. We always give a nod if the Wolverines lose to the victorious team, and it is impossible not to select Chase Talich as our player of the game there. And would give a guy like Derek DeVries or Ty Sheets, maybe even Malachi Smith coming in with 7 points a nod typically. But it's great to get some senior recognition. I thought Brody had a solid performance despite the loss, and hadn't spoken with Brody in a while on the post-game show. And man, if I had the opportunity to have a few more games with this team, would love to get all the seniors on again here on the post-game show. So that's going to wrap up our coverage for the evening. Want to thank you for spending part of your evening with us on Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel. Really appreciate you being here all year. We've got at least one more for the Wolverines as they take on either Natrona County or Jackson tomorrow at 1:30. If you're making the trip over to Casper, that will be a Ford Wyoming Center game, 1:30, the projected tip-off there. So hope to see you in Casper for that, and if not, we'll be right here for you with radio coverage on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming audio too on County 10's YouTube channel. Final score tonight, Cheyenne Central 73, Riverton 48. For the entire County10.com crew, I'm Jared Anderson. Have a great and safe rest of your Thursday. We'll talk tomorrow at around 1:30 for more Riverton Wolverine basketball. Have a great rest of your nights. Back to 105.1 Jack FM.